to help to support egg health. So these are natural ways that you can help encourage and support your body and its ability to provide health to the eggs that will be ovulated. So let's jump right into this. There's a couple things to remember or to know when you're wanting to support your egg health. The first is how we are able to do that. A lot of us are told that we have eggs that we're born with. There's nothing that we can do with it. But there is a period of time when the body's preparing that egg, and that egg is being exposed to what's within our internal environment, where our health is. So that could either be a good thing or a bad thing. So whatever it is that's in your system, your body and your eggs are being exposed to within that period of time. So what you're doing today affects the egg you're ovulating 3 months from now. So that's one thing that can be frustrating for some people, because I do get asked a lot, hey, I'm going for IVF next week. I'm going for IUI next week, next month. What is there that I can do to help support myself? So besides just preparing for pregnancy and being as healthy as you can, there is not a lot that I can actually suggest because of this 90-day, sorry, my phone's falling over, because of this 90-day period of time that we need to prepare. It's also ideal if you can prepare ahead of time either way, regardless of a procedure, for a healthy pregnancy. It will add to the health of your child, healthier pregnancy, less complications, and so on. So let's jump into the 3 tips, the 3 different areas to focus on. The first is going to be nutrition. I hope you can hear the vacuum cleaner going. At least 90 days, right? 3 months to 6 months is minimum in my mind. Longer is ideal, but everyone wants to be pregnant yesterday. I totally get it. So the first one's going to be nutrition. So nutrition is the foundation, because the ingredients that we're eating and that we are putting into our bodies is what our bodies are using to protect our cells, to create new cells, to have every single function in our body happen, is coming from the foods that we are eating. Don't be mistaken when nutrition is underplayed, that the foods we eat don't make a difference. This was actually not that long ago, was the common thought in our culture, and it's absolutely not true. So what you're eating can have a big impact on the health of your eggs. It can have big impact on your hormonal health, and so on. Hormonal health can affect egg health. There are connections with that. So for instance, someone who's experiencing PCOS, having high amounts of insulin in the body consistently actually can cause egg damage to the eggs. So hormonal health is a whole other topic that I'll talk about another day, but nutrition is the foundation. So when you're thinking of nutrition, you want to be flooding the body with nutrients. You want to eat high antioxidant foods. You want to be eating healthy fats. And there's also a lot of different foods that you want to be avoiding. You want to be avoiding hydrogenated oils, added sugars, foods that are high on the pesticide list. Eating organic would be great, but if you can't, definitely wash your produce and look out for that dirty dozen list. That's the dozen foods that get sprayed with pesticides the most. And make sure you're eating lots of fiber. So eating a healthy diet that has all the food groups in it, that has a wide variety of colors. So we're wanting to get all those antioxidants into our body. Having a high antioxidant diet also reduces inflammation. And there's a lot of connections now we're seeing with studies with high inflammation. And they're finding that inflammation is higher in those with failed IVF rounds. So we don't know the exact connection or anything like that, but I know that when there's issues happening with health, infertility, and other categories, inflammation is always there alongside, saying like, hey, because when your body's not in balance and when you're not in optimal health, of course there's going to be inflammation, because there's some things that are off and the body's having to do all of these things to protect it and to stay on top of it. So inflammation will be there. The second tip is going to be circulation, increasing your circulation, exercise, self-fertility massage, castor oil packs, jumping on trampolines. There's all kinds of ways that you can increase your circulation. Just make sure you're doing something on a daily basis to increase your circulations. A lot of us sit at desks and work. I am one of those people. I have another desk that's a treadmill desk, but we sit. That's how we are as a modern society. We sit a lot now. So when you're thinking you're sitting, look at where your crease is. Your body is bent in half right at where one of the major arteries are needed for circulation. So we want to do something to help increase that circulation. The reason for that is we want to bring fresh oxygenated blood to the ovaries, to the eggs, the reproductive system, and also help to get all of those nutrients where they need to go. And we also want to get rid of toxins, get rid of excess, everything. And that's all through our blood system. Also, making sure that you're going to the bathroom a couple times a day, at least once, if not more. I consider that part of the circulatory system, even though it's part of the digestive system. But that's how our body gets rid of excess hormones, is through fiber and through elimination. So that needs to be taken care of if that's not happening. If you're someone who works one-on-one with me, we get personal real quick, and I do talk about and ask you about how many times you go to the bathroom a day, because that's just showing how much things are moving out of the body and how much the body's able to get rid of excess. And the third is going to be to use supplementation. I was asked during an interview, we were talking a lot about nutrition, and she was asking me, okay, can you share some stories about, a lot of these things that you've done and you've done straight through nutrition? And I said, you know what? I have to be completely honest. I don't ever just work with nutrition. Nutrition is the foundation, but I always add supplements because those will speed things up so much quicker, because we're able to get a concentrated amount of nutrients into the body every single day, flood the body with these nutrients. And yes, it can be done through diet, but if you're eating healthy, I dare you to download a free app called the Chronometer. Put your daily diet into that Chronometer. There's an area, you'll see your fats, your carbs, your protein, all that. That's not what I want you to look at. I want you to scroll down, and you're going to look at all the nutrients, all the vitamins and minerals that were in your diet that day. Look at where things did not meet even the RDA, because that thing is set at the minimum of the RDA. And you'll see where nutrients are possibly missing. So that's one of the reasons I like to pull in supplements, because how our food's grown, you guys know the story, how the food's grown. It's not possible, it depends on the soil. Some food's grown in great soil, some food is not. So making sure that you're also using supplementation to help with a lot of these things, like getting concentrated CoQ10. That's really hard to do on a diet unless you're eating a lot of organs. In our current culture, we don't eat a lot of organs. Supplementation, it just makes it easier to do that. So those are my 3 tips: nutrition, circulation, increase circulation, and supplementation. Let's see. So I see a couple of questions here. I'm just going to only answer questions that pertain to today's topic. So my guidance says 90 days. Yep. What does it mean to take antioxidant supplements? So Astrid, there's a whole protocol of antioxidant supplements that I use to help support that you would take on a daily basis, because antioxidants are not stored in our body. We have to take them daily in order to get the nutrients. I was 100% plant-based. However, I've just started to introduce eggs and fish back in my diet. I felt my body was missing it. Yes, so 100% plant-based can be fine. It's just so much, it's just harder to get everything, honestly. In case of hypothyroid, which supplements are good for egg health? The same ones. There wouldn't be ones that you would do different because you have hypothyroid or not. They would be different. Supplements for egg health are going to be more nutritionally based. They're not going to be hormonally based. So they would be fine. What I suggest genetic screening? We're about to start IVF, and they ask if you want to do it. That's up to you. If you want to do that, if you've had previous losses, depends on your age. That is completely up to you guys. Keeping a keto diet, is that bad for fertility? So I have to talk on the keto diet probably once a week because it's so popular right now. If you're working with someone and there's a specific reason you're doing keto, that diet was originally created to help, I believe it was children who are having seizures. So it's a very specific diet. If you're working with someone because they're like, okay, this is what's going to help A, B, or C for you, let's do this, then ignore what I'm about to say. But as it pertains to fertility specifically, I like to keep all the food groups in, because fruit, which is one of the things that gets kicked out with keto, is one of the food that are going to be the foods highest in antioxidants, at least in some of them. And there are a lot of fruits that you can do that are low sugar if you're concerned about that. Some of the foods highest in antioxidants aren't the ones highest in sugar. I also think that people start off really well on keto and they're like doing great, they're doing all the things, but then it slowly transforms into them just eating a lot of bacon, a lot of breads made out of cheese, a lot of these things where they're missing so many other nutrients and fiber because of the food groups that are getting cut out. So when it comes to fertility, those are very important. Acupuncture for circulation. Yep. Yeah. If you've got someone near you and you can go frequently enough, a lot of the things I suggest for circulation are things that need to be done on a daily basis. Acupuncture, when you're getting it done, you generally get it done maybe once, twice a month. So it can be part of the program, but there needs to be something you're doing every single day for circulation. Acupuncture for egg health. You would have to talk with an acupuncturist. I'm sure that they've got a protocol that can help stimulate and support a system that's going to help you with that. but I'm not an acupuncturist, so I'm not the best person to ask, but I do love using acupressure because that's something you can do for yourself on a daily basis. It's a major part of my drop cycle method, where you're stimulating the points for the ovaries, the uterus, the fallopian tubes, the thyroid, the adrenals, all these different glands, parathyroid, all these different things you're helping to support through daily action. Okay, perfect. All right, well, thank you guys so much. I hope you found this talk helpful. And if I missed any of your questions because they weren't on topic, go ahead and send me a DM and I will help get you in the right direction. All right, have a good one.